The pastor's daughter and the cult boy. Mmesoma was the perfect daughter, always early to choir practice. Her father, Pastor Elijah, called her my Esther in this Sodom world. She wasn't allowed phones, makeup, or even friendships outside church. She obeyed everything until she met Ekene. He walked into the SSC tutorial center late, headphones in, hoodie up, a scar on his eyebrow. He smelled like cigarettes and danger. But when he looked at her, he bowed his head, not in fear, in guilt. He never spoke to her, but he left a torn piece of paper in her Bible. Your smile looks like a prayer that worked. I wish I still believed. Mmesoma couldn't stop reading it. She replied, sliding a note into his textbook. It's never too late to believe again. They wrote daily, never spoke, but hearts collided in silence. One evening, her father found one of the notes. He tore it and screamed, "He's from the pit of hell." Mmesoma wept. She stopped going for tutorials. But her heart had already gone too far. What Mmesoma didn't know was Ekene's truth. He was the youngest member of Red Flame, a deadly school cult. He didn't want it, but joining meant protection after his brother was stabbed. He was deep in it now. One night, a rival boy was killed. Ekene wasn't there, but his name was whispered. The next morning, police stormed the tutorial center. They were looking for him. Mmesoma heard the shouts, and her heart cracked. She ran to the church, praying, "God, if you're real, save him. Even if I never see him again." Days passed. No tutorials, no news, until a letter arrived at the church gate, folded in a brown envelope. No name. "Thank you for seeing light in me. Ran. I'm not guilty. I want out. Found a church. I want to change." Mmesoma smiled through her tears. She tore a Bible page, wrote, "Get baptized. Burn the past. Let God start again." Months later, Ekene, in a hidden church in Owerri, walked into water, trembling. As the pastor dipped him, he whispered, "Forgive me." The water wasn't just cold. It was freedom. But in Enugu, rumors boiled. Mmesoma's name appeared on a blog. Pastor's daughter secretly communicating with murder suspect. Her father exploded. He slapped her for the first time. "You've brought shame on the altar of Jehovah." She tried to explain. "He's innocent. He wants to change." But no one listened. She was banned from church choir, suspended from school, and watched like a prisoner. But Mmesoma didn't stop praying. Deep inside she knew God wasn't finished with Ekene. Ekene turned himself in. He stood before the court in handcuffs, face bruised but eyes calm. Mmesoma sat quietly in the back, disguised in a scarf. A CCTV clip emerged, showing Ekene at a gas station miles away during the murder. He was innocent. He broke down in tears. The judge declared, "Not guilty." Mmesoma wanted to scream in joy, but she bowed her head and whispered, "Thank you, Jesus." Her heart knew. Love sometimes costs pain, but grace always repays. 6 months later, at a youth outreach in Enugu, a tall man in a white shirt stood to testify. "'T was Ekene. My name is Ekene. I was once a slave to darkness, but someone believed I could walk into light. Her name is Mmesoma." She never stopped praying. The crowd clapped. Pastor Elijah, who was in the audience, froze. Ekene continued, "Sir, you once called me a devil, but your daughter showed me the true Christ." Pastor Elijah wept. For the first time in years, he saw a prodigal son in front of him, not a demon. Ekene became a youth counselor. Mmesoma was restored to the choir. Rumors faded. God's glory remained. One Sunday, in front of the entire church, Ekene stood with a ring. "Sir, I don't come with wealth or name. I only come with truth and love. May I marry your daughter?" The church gasped. Pastor Elijah looked at his daughter. She nodded, tears falling. The pastor stepped down from the pulpit, took both their hands and prayed, "Let what hell tried to destroy become heaven's testimony." This is more than a love story. It's proof that no one is too far gone to be found by grace. Like if you believe in second chances. Comment your favorite moment. Share this story with someone battling their past. Subscribe for more African stories that heal, restore, and inspire. Turn on notifications, the next one might just save a soul.